Hey everybody, happy Saturday. Hope everybody's doing all right out there.
Camera's fucked up. Hold on.
I didn't touch it.
You did that shit.
Pookie probably did it. She comes in and headbutts it when I'm not in here. So, yeah, it's Saturday. So you went to Sam's yesterday.
Went to Sam's.
Because we were out of cat food and eggs.
They had it to where I had it going through a line. All right. And they were going to channel us through there. I didn't really like it, so I just kind of broke off a little bit, went to the electronics section.
You're not supposed to do that.
And then I ran down there like a fucking
You're a
raider.
disease vector.
And grabbed some shit and took it back to the shopping cart. And then I happened to notice that fucking there was the last of the damn almond milk. I said, fuck it. I jumped over the aisle and went and grabbed it because I'm the kind of dude that if the plane crashes and shit catches on fire, I'm climbing over the fucking top, everybody.
Well, that's nice to know.
Yeah, I'm climbing over the fucking top.
Nice to know you're gonna just leave me to burn to death.
Well, you might have had to hold on. But, if they've got old people up there or fucking obese people, you know what I mean, they're slowing my survival down. I invested too much shit in fucking my own survival. Let some slug stand in my way, I'm gonna crawl right over the fucking top of her.
Yeah, they were keeping everybody.
Be like, burn, bitch, burn. I'm out of here. I'll fucking deal with survivor's guilt afterwards. I'll be, damn, I can't believe I fucking jumped over all those people. My God, that's just terrible. All right, what's for dinner?
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Yeah, that's how. Like, that's exactly.
Because you're a terrible person.
Hey, shit sometimes pays off, man. I know how it is.
No,
those people that survived the damn fucking accidents and shit, they all had survivor guilt because they did that same damn thing, climbing over the fucking top of people.
Well, they were trying to keep everybody 6 feet apart, so they were just like they didn't want you to like wander off by yourself.
I didn't trust it.
Well, now, you didn't really tell me because you said that they didn't.
They were out of a lot of shit.
Yeah, that they didn't have some stuff, so you went to Aldi.
Yeah, and Aldi's was wide open. It was civilized. It was European style. Because that's a European company.
It is, yeah.
So they just let us in. They just let you in, and I liked Aldi's a lot better. And it was stocked up pretty well, I guess, because people didn't think about Aldi's. Which
is weird, because Aldi is like, they have some good, it's small, and it's like, they got like good shit in there, though. Yeah. One thing I really like in there, they always seem to have, a lot of people, maybe complain because they don't have the same brands all the time, because they just kind of get whatever. But every time I've been able to find, they have these little coffee drinks that are just they're like frappuccinos, but not, they're not quite as big, but they're like the small ones. And they're like half the price of the Starbucks ones. I think they taste a bit better.
They were hitting Sam's Club hard.
Sam's has been crowded for 3 weeks fucking straight, as far as I can tell.
And this is the beginning of the damn month too, so that had a lot to do with it.
So everybody got money.
And then I also stopped off and got cat food and Rotel. And 2 cans of damn bacon Spam. That's right, Spam stockpile still fucking dry. And for the first time, I fed her some bacon Spam. How was it?
It was all right.
I fried it.
I mean, I soaked it in egg yolk.
Yeah, it was for breakfast.
Yeah.
That's what it's good for.
Yeah.
Breakfast, and I made home fries with the man, hey, fucking dogs and shit.
Yeah, the neighbors have a really noisy dog.
Home fries and eggs and Spam.
Yeah, it was good.
And
although, like I said, I can't eat anything. It was just like the biscuits and gravy yesterday. I can't eat any more food the rest of the day.
High calorie stuff. Also so I went to Walmart.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I went to Walmart too to get the cat food.
Like I said, I don't even.
If you're gonna get infected, it's gonna be at Walmart.
I'm sure. Like I said, and that's even before. Oh shit.
And Walmart was just kind of chaos. People just running around. There wasn't much distancing. You could tell,
Yeah, because
see guys sitting there looking at this and looking at that and trying to figure out which is the best survival food to get. I could see it.
You'd think they would have figured that shit out by now. This has been going on for weeks and weeks. Come on, people, get your shit together.
The dude didn't know how
to shop. It is Walmart, though.
Some of the shit that they were getting was kind of like...
Like I said, I don't even like going to Walmart even when it's not a fucking...
He was getting a whole bunch of ramen, and I'm thinking there's no nutrition in that.
Yeah, there's a lot of calories, but there's
no nutrition in it.
Well, you can put other shit in them, though. You can put vegetables and meat and eggs and stuff in there.
And I saw that damn Walmart brand protein powder, the strawberry protein with creatine. Whoosh, God, that shit was so...
That's how he did. He did the sound effect and everything.
When I took it so fast that the vacuum made that noise, whoosh. That was the air rushing into the spot of where
you caused a tiny wormhole.
Yeah. Shit went right in there. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
And then, so, yeah, Aldi's actually, I guess people weren't thinking of Aldi's because it's small.
Yeah, and so people they don't have all the things because I need to buy all the things.
And they're probably thinking, oh man, that shit there is probably fucking empty. So if Aldi's look good, chances are Trader Joe's, which is the same thing.
It's the same company. Which actually I didn't know until I saw it on a video. Yeah. It was Company Man, right?
Right. Yeah.
He did a video about Aldi and he was talking about.
Yeah, it's the same company. For some reason, they can't compete. It's two different divisions of the same company.
Yeah, it's like well, like I said, I think it's a German company. Is it German or Norwegian or German? I think. And like so they have like a North division and a South division.
Yeah.
And like I'm pretty sure. Oh, I can't remember which one is in the U.S. But yeah, they do Trader Joe's as well.
Yeah,
they're owned by Aldi.
I got a bunch of pork sausages so I can make some more country gravy.
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
I've got all those big ham steaks.
Yeah, we got ham steaks.
And it was reasonable.
Yeah.
But it's because I couldn't get any hamburger. But it's all right. I'll go back. I'll go back and try it again.
I mean, like I said, I'm not real super because you're like a really good cook, and it's like so I'll eat pretty much anything.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to say anything because who knows what you're gonna pull out of your butt just to like prove that, but I'll eat most things.
I only cook good food.
You do. I'm just kidding. You wouldn't. Do that to me. You wouldn't do that to me.
No.
But yeah. So I wanted to say I can't believe. Okay. So we recorded the Steven Seagal show last night, right? And I was editing it earlier, and that's why I glanced over there and was like, oh shit, because it was, I had it like all put together like in Filmora, and then I was exporting it, and the computer crashed in the middle of it, so now
we didn't lose it,
I saved the file, so it'll just have to like start over.
I was dressed as the Terminator.
Yeah, you were. It's pretty cute. Yeah. But you know what I mean? It's like, so when I was like editing it, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe, because we talked about like a bunch of fun like Steven Seagal stories and stuff, but I can't believe I totally forgot to mention his music career. I totally did not even, and I can't believe that I neglected.
Yeah, well
so of course we kind of have to mention it now.
He's a Renaissance man. He's a man of all skills.
That's what it is. Yeah. And the weird thing, he has 2 albums out as far as I can determine. The first one is called Songs from the Crystal Cave. For Christ's sake. And that actually has like some really genuinely like actual people with actual talent, like Stevie Wonder and stuff. So he was able to like finagle famous people into like working on the record.
Yeah.
The second one, I think, like I listened to like snippets of it and I'm just like, okay. It's mostly just the lyrics that are bad. And it's like, and it's like the second album, which I think he tried to do like a Delta blues type of thing, and he's doing the thing because you know how we were talking about on the show, like how he always like tries to talk like he's
changes his race by doing different voices.
Yeah, so he's like doing that kind of stuff, just in a really like he'll say stuff in his song like that, like that would be fat, you know what I mean, like PHAT, and stuff, and he's like the whitest dude. And there's a song on the second album, and the title of it is, and I am not making this up, the title of it is Alligator Ass. Alligator Ass.
Yeah.
What could that song possibly be about?
Sweat going down your butt crack in Louisiana?
Yeah.
Walking around in dirty underwear?
That's swamp ass.
So like swamp ass, yeah.
I've never heard it called alligator ass. I've heard swamp ass.
Might be something in Louisiana you might make up. Yeah.
And
walking around in sweaty, dirty underwear. In Louisiana?
That sounds like something he'd know about. Yeah,
he knows all about it. Hell yeah.
Well, if you live in the South, you kind of know about it whether you want to or not.
Sweaty.
But and like one of the songs, I think it's called Strut, and it actually has the lyric, and it's like, I'm cringing just thinking about saying it out loud. It actually has the lyric, "Me want the poonani."
Yeah. He wrote that shit himself. That's terrible. That's a Seagal
I almost didn't want
original.
to say it out loud. And like I was like, because I saw like the song and I'm like, because the videos and shit are on YouTube, and I'm like, do I want to listen to this?
He thinks it's fucking 1930
or not
1930 Mississippi and shit.
And then I did, and I was like, why did I do that? It's like it just made me feel icky all over.
1930s Mississippi blues and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's full of shit.
Who is letting him get away with that? Don't let him get away with that.
He had the money, so he was able to put it together.
I guess so. But it's like, I can't believe I didn't even mention that.
He probably made money on that album.
Probably.
I think he's got a hardcore fan base that'll just buy everything that he does.
Well, he must.
Kind of like the guy that did the Wall of Seagal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even if it's shitty.
Yeah, because he's like that guy. He's like, I don't really. He's like, I think he's kind of a douche and his movies are bad, but it's like he likes him like ironically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In like a hipster.
He's a fascinating man. He's a fascinating man.
And I'll give him that. He's fascinating because he's so terrible.
He's an American original.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From Michigan.
Yeah.
He is from Michigan.
He's half Italian. He's half Irish and part Jewish.
And half Martian.
Which I don't know how that happens. Okay.
But yeah, so like, yeah, I was
very improbable.
Yeah. Well, math isn't his strong suit. He's spiritual, man. He doesn't know anything about this.
He's 135%.
I guess so. It's like, yeah, but seriously, the show will be out. If you're a patron, you'll get to see it on Monday, but like everyone else get to see it on Tuesday. And I think it came out pretty funny. Like we weren't like super drunk. I think I only had like one drink, so I was still like pretty lucid. But you know, he's like a fun topic, so we went off on all kind of. It was like no structure at all. We just kind of like went here and there.
I've been keeping up with things on my YouTube feed just to warn you people. Some people are going fucking crazy, especially up around New York and California. This whole fucking pandemic, they're losing everything that they fucking have. People and their family members are at risk. They're losing their businesses. Their world is coming to an end, a lot of them, and they're fucking going crazy, man. They're threatening to kill people and calling other people and blaming other people for their problems. This shit could go south. And this all goes back to, you know, Nostradamus has fucking called a lot of this. So, just as subscribers to the show, watch your six. Fucking just make sure you're not around crazy people. Lay low. Let this shit blow over.
Yeah, but like, what if the crazy people are in your own house and you can't get away from it?
I said early on, I told the entire army.
What if it's a Shining situation?
I told the entire army that it is their responsibility to fucking cover their own asses. They better be ready, just in case. Protect yourself and your family. Keep an eye out for fucking lunatics. Some people are gonna fucking lose it. And I told you guys, I said you need to watch that documentary that's from the History Channel. It's got to be 15, almost 20 years old now. It's called After Armageddon. You can just look it up. And it talks about that. It says some people aren't built for this shit, and they fucking fly the fuck out off the fucking handle. A lot of people are on these weird fucking reuptake inhibitor fucking drugs, and when the drugs run out, or they can't, they've never really experienced life in full color, and when something bad happens, they fucking lose it. So just keep an eye. Make sure you're being safe, people. That's all I'm gonna say. You're gonna see some more. You're gonna see more of this shit.
I'm sure most people are not gonna be like putting themselves in lunatics.
Yeah. Well, just getting people mentally ready. They're boarding up all the damn storefronts in New York, especially all the high end stuff. They had Louis Vuitton just locked up, tight as a tick. They're fucking hammered boards all around it. They're preparing for the fucking apocalypse.
I had one of you remember like on the Sidetrack show that we did the other day where I talked about some like people having to plan funerals like in the middle of the pandemic and like having to live stream them and stuff, and I was like, wow, that's like really weird and like something that I didn't really think about. And somebody commented on the YouTube thing that I think their father-in-law or their former father-in-law had died, and they had to live stream the funeral. And he's like, it was kind of good though, because it was like a lot of people that couldn't come that were like in other countries and stuff like that wanted to be there, and they couldn't be there obviously. So it's kind of cool. And I was like, I guess I didn't mean that it was weird, like, you know, I didn't want like anybody to get offended by that. It's just weird because I guess I always associated live streaming with like positive stuff. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we'll live stream the wedding so people that can't be there can be there. We'll live stream like a birthday party or something like that. So I could see that, but then I was like, well, yeah, I guess you'd have to do it for a funeral too.
It's you can't go.
Yeah, because nobody can go.
Right.
And then I got kind of curious. It's like, so I wonder if that was like a thing even before the pandemic started.
No.
You know what I mean?
People can't go to church. They're also live streaming church services.
Well, but they were doing that before.
Yeah, but now, you know, that's the main
Well, now
thing.
you have to. I was just saying that people were live streaming, like, happy events before, like I said, like weddings or parties or whatever, and concerts and stuff. So I just wondered if people were live streaming funerals, like if that was becoming a trending thing even before, like, the pandemic thing started.
No.
I hadn't heard of it before, but that doesn't mean that I didn't.
That's because of this pandemic.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that it wasn't anything that was going on. I also wanted to say something because what we were talking about yesterday about male and female writers and male and female directors and stuff like that, and somebody commented that how surprised they were when they found out that The Hurt Locker had been directed by a woman. And I was like, that. It's funny because after we recorded the show, that was like the first movie that I thought of. That was Catherine Bigelow. And she directed Near Dark also, which I said we really have to do a retrospective on that because that's like one of the best vampire movies ever. And then I was saying that I remembered being really surprised. I couldn't think of it while we were recording the show, but I remembered being really surprised when I found out that a woman had directed the original Pet Sematary and also American Psycho. Yeah. That was also a female director. And like that's something that you wouldn't... I wouldn't have known that, like, in case I looked it up. And like I said, I think I've recommended this movie on the show before, but another female director movie, and probably one of my favorite horror movies of like the last 10 years, The Invitation, which is directed by, what's her name? Fucking Karen Kusama, so whatever her name is. She did Jennifer's Body. Also, and that's like really, really good, like a really, really tense movie with like a really great ending and shit like that. So I just want to recommend that. Also, good old Shudder. They just added, not only did they add almost all of the Friday the 13th movies, like the first 8 of them anyway, and some other shit too, they're starting a new mini-series, which is called Cursed Films. And I guess it's going to be 5 episodes. They're putting them up one at a time, just like they did with Creepshow. So like they're going to put one up every week or whatever. It looks like they were putting them up once like on Friday. And they're going to talk about just 5 different movies and like behind the scenes stuff and like all the kind of, movies that were kind of like cursed or had like all these like bad things happen around them. So like I watched the first one last night. They're only half an hour. And the first one last night was about The Exorcist. And so they were like talking about kind of the PR behind it, where they were saying, oh, people were passing out in the theaters and like, the devil is really in the movie and all this other kind of stuff.
I think it was all rigged.
Well, yeah, the woman on there said that. So that was like pretty much all PR. Right. But, that's a smart thing to do. They've been doing that since like the 40s, 50s, maybe earlier. And I
think they got church people to go. I think made a damn donation to damn Jerry Falwell to get him to talk about it.
To get him to talk about it.
Yeah, don't go see that one. No, the devil's in the movie.
Well, it would be a smart thing to do.
It would be a smart thing for both of them to do that. Jerry Falwell would, because that was another, like I said, that was essentially a Christian movie.
Yeah.
And Jerry Falwell, the best plug he could give is to say, don't see it.
Don't see it because the devil's in the movie.
The devil's in that movie. And, and I'm sure if you donate it to his fucking church, he'd go out there and say that for you.
Yeah.
And all of his parish would go check that shit out.
Well, yeah, because, he was kind of
that's how they work.
He was kind of a hoe, and he would, like, take money to say anything. Yeah. But, you know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? So, and another thing that I didn't really think of, and I didn't know much about this, because I knew some of the shit, like a bunch of the people that, died, like, that were on the crew, or, like, relatives of the actors and stuff that died during the filming, and so that kind of got, like, a reputation of having a curse or whatever. But I didn't know that after the movie came out, people were like shitting on Linda Blair, like she was really possessed by the devil, like it wasn't just a movie.
Yeah, I didn't remember that.
And it's like she had to get like a bodyguard and stuff like that because people are stupid as shit.
She was cute as shit though, man. Her whole life.
She was such an adorable little girl. And I do feel like even though The Exorcist is like one of the best horror movies ever made, and she's fucking phenomenal in it. Yeah. But it's kind of sad because it really does seem like it kind of ruined her career. I mean, I'm not saying that she would have, I don't know what her career would have been like, because she was only 12, like when she did that movie. But it's like, I don't really know, because she ended up being in like, she was in Hell Night, which was like a pretty good, like a slasher. But then she ended up being like in all those like cheesy, like exploitation, like women in prison movies. She was in Exorcist 2, for Christ's sake.
She was older than me by a good 10 years, I think.
Yeah, well,
I think so. No, maybe not that much. Maybe
I don't
like
think maybe not
6
that
years.
much.
Because I remember, when Exorcist was kind of new, I was seeing pictures of her. And I was like, man, because I was a little kid. I was probably about 7.
Yeah.
Maybe. What year did that come out?
73.
73. Okay, so I was actually more like 4.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing it. I guess it had been out for a few years. I must have been about 6, 7, 8, and I just thought she was just a knockout.
She was like a really cute girl. And actually, when she got older, she was like, she was super hot, too.
Stayed good looking.
And there's like, more than one movie out there
so
with,
in
like,
the movie, she was
her titties in it.
She was 12 in the movie?
I think she was 12 when she shot that.
All right, because I always thought of her as an older woman. Even
well, she was older than a 4-year-old.
She was older than me. I was probably about 7, I think, when I first noticed her.
Yeah. And that movie came. I was only 1 when that movie came out, so I didn't see it.
Make stars come out of my head as a little boy.
Little birds and stuff.
Yeah.
My ex-husband had a thing for her too.
Yeah, she's cute.
We even had like a big poster of her from. Shit. What the fuck was that movie that she was in? Not Born Innocent. That was the one with the plunger. But one of the prison ones. Where she was like in some kind of cat suit or something like that. And we always had like a poster of like a framed poster of her in our house like a long time ago because my ex-husband used to be into her. Yeah. But so I'm not sure what other movies they're going to do. Like, so The Exorcist is the first one, and then like next Friday, I know they're going to do Poltergeist because there was some, there was all kind of shit. Like, because, fucking Carol Ann died. The older sister got shot by her boyfriend. There was the whole thing about the real corpses in the pool, the shit like that. So I think they're going to talk about that, but I don't know what the other 3 are going to be, but it's like, it seems like a good series and it's like a cool idea. They're pretty short, but like I said, we'll see how that goes. Also, we just started watching, and I think somebody recommended, like one of our listeners or somebody recommended us to watch the series on Netflix, Kingdom, the Korean zombie series.
We gotta finish that.
Yeah, it's 2 seasons, so it's like we watched the first episode of the first season.
I watched 2 episodes.
And then I watched like part of the second, but I fell asleep because I was exhausted.
It was good.
We probably have to at least back it up to halfway.
It's like Korean Walking Dead, but it's in the medieval
era. In the medieval era.
Yeah.
And so thanks to whoever recommended that because
it was Matt Trippy.
Oh, okay, there you go. So
know.
So it's pretty cool. So we'll probably be watching that for the next. I mean, we got to watch some new movies too, like to do for next week's matinee. But we might review that if we finish it in time. I don't know if we will, because like I said, we're still only like 2 episodes into the first season, and that's 2 seasons. But we'll see how it goes.
Anything else?
I don't think so. I think that's probably about it.
So I mentioned crazy people. Steer clear of crazy. Just watch.
Good advice anytime.
Watch how shit goes. I mean. I'm well aware of how this shit goes. I've been studying it for a long time. I was involved in Katrina, and this is now global. You're going to see some weird shit in the next couple weeks, people. All right, so just mentally get yourself ready. You're going to see some people fucking crack. You're going to see famous people going crazy. You're going to see people on the news saying crazy shit. You're going to see things like cops getting sick and dying, especially up in that New York area. That's where it's really going to hit them. You're going to see a lot of bad behavior, and people that you believed in, they're going to get defrocked by this. You'll see. I don't have any predictions about who. I'm just saying a lot of people lose it under fucking pressure and stress. And you really, it becomes unveiled of who's cut out for it and who isn't. Some people can't handle fucking death, I mean, or even pain and suffering. I remember there was something, takes me back to fucking basic training where me and all the guys that made it, we'd be on these long runs and fucking doing all those endurance tests for fucking weeks and weeks. We're waking up, it's wartime, so they were fucking pushing us real hard. Wake up in the morning, half of us had nosebleeds from iron deficiency. They're putting us on KP and shit. And as you start seeing the weak fall behind and be eliminated out of the process, there's some kind of vampiric quality in you where they get weaker and you get stronger. There's this weird feeling about in times of in real hard times, sometimes you get a feeling of elation when you see others go down and fail. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's weird. It's weird. It's as nature divides the strong from the weak, the strong become empowered at seeing the weak fail and die off or be eliminated. It's weird. It's part of the animal. It's part of that damn animal.
Probably just you.
No, it was all of us. It was all of us.
Probably just.
Yeah, everybody that made it through all that shit. That's where you know what I'm saying, that certain men bond under those kind of. That's where all that bonding took place.
Yeah.
You'll see veterans in the damn comment section here that go, yeah, I remember that's like. And that's what divides us from them. That's that kind of mentality,
Yeah. I'll just always remember that you're gonna climb over my burning.
I'll climb right over you
to get out of the.
You better hold on. You better hold on to my fucking belt loop, because.
Yeah, okay. I'll remember that. Don't worry about that.
You know I got your back, Jenny.
Well, now I'm not so sure.
Now you're not sure?
All right. So that'll do it for our Saturday show. Hope you guys are staying all right out there. Keep your shit together. You know, we're all going through this in one thing. It'll be all right. Eventually.
That's what they say.
Eventually.
That's what they say. Eventually, it all works out.
Well,
eventually.
In one way or another.
Yeah.
I said, there's nothing you can do about it, so you might as well just kind of like wait and see.
It works out, and it works out one way or another. It works out one way and another. It works out in... You'll see. Works out one way for some people and works out another way for some other people.
Well, yeah.
Just
but
make
like
sure
I said,
you fall on the right side.
But that's kind of true of any situation.
That's what I'm saying.
Really.
That's what I'm saying.
All right. So you guys stay safe and healthy out there, and we will talk to you again tomorrow.